Happy Monday morning and welcome to a new week. I'm going to start the week off with an easy run of maybe up to 50 minutes and some strides. And I don't know if you can tell or hear, but it's raining out, so we're going to keep it nice and easy and not wear our best shoes. Speaking of shoes, I am wearing the New Balance Fresh Foam More V4 just because I wanted something soft and easy between a long run day and a workout day. All right, Monday easy base mileage in the bag. Ended up being a little bit more than I planned, close to 70 minutes instead of 50. So an easy 8 miles at a nice slow pace. Did not do the strides. I just bagged them because feeling a little bit heavy, and I'll have some strides as part of tomorrow's workout. It did stop raining, which is nice, but the humidity stuck around for the ride, which is not so nice. So see you guys tomorrow for a short track workout. It's Tuesday and it's track day, and I have a relatively light workout today because the harder workout's going to be at the end of the week. That's going to be a 10K time trial. So today is going to be, decently high intensity, but low volume, so the load will be light. It's going to be 8 by 400 at 5K pace or 5K effort, followed by 8 strides or so. So normally when I would do 400s, and I would do a dozen of them, and I would do them more at a 3K effort. With a good long recovery, and that would be around 78 to 80 seconds. My 5K pace, if I go by my last legit road 5K, I would be doing them in 85 seconds. But on the track, you always do everything a little bit more quickly, especially with the short reps. So I will probably be doing them in 82 to 83 seconds this morning. And that's more just to kind of stay tuned up. In the specific phase, we're not necessarily hitting those high octane speeds. We're still doing a little bit faster than race pace here and there, but we're really going to kind of narrow the focus into race pace, and I'm training for a 10K. So 5K will be a little bit more specific to 10K training than 3K pace would be. Yeah, so relatively light workout today, and then kind of maintain the rest of the week until we have a 10K time trial on the weekend. And for the track today, I'm going to be wearing the Adidas Adizero Adios 8 traditional racing flat in the classic black and white color. It's still pretty wet outside. The dew point is really high. Humidity is like 98%, and it did storm last night. It might rain, so it never hurts to have something with a good hashtag continental rubber outsole. 4 reps in, 4 left. Rule number 5 in effect. Going into rep 7 of the 400s, starting now. '81.
Cooch is winning.
Yeah, he's winning. Yeah, I think I got a sub 80 in me. Last one, fast one.
Oh.
CCMF.
Oh boy, we'll see it.
It's right there. All right, here we go. '77. Woo. That was all in that last 150 though.
Yeah.
Come on, Lindsay, last one, fast one.
Go.
Done with the 400s, done with the strides. I've done a little bit of a cool down mile. I'm gonna stick around here on the track because I'm playing coach today for the training group that's here on Tuesdays. And then I'll do my cool down on the way home. All right, guys, rolling start, 12 by 200.
All right, let's do it.
Go. Whew. So for a lower volume, supposedly lighter load workout, there's still some lessons in humility to be learned, especially when the humidity is this high, because you can't take anything for granted. It felt a little bit harder than it should have, those 400s. I think I went into it thinking I'd be doing 8 by 82 or 83. The first one was an 84 and felt a lot harder than that, but kept chipping away at that, you know, taking off a third of a second, a half of a second each time, you know, getting down to the 83s, 82s, 81s. And then it was last rep, fast rep, as is rule number 10. And the last one was in a 77. But then doing the strides after that, which are supposed to help clean things out, it was almost like trying to floss your teeth after coming home from a long night of drinking. Felt harder than it should feel, and you weren't sure whether you were doing more damage than good. But got the strides done because they're good for me. Got my cool down, and the next 2 days will be low-key recovery days. I think today I've got about 10.2, 10.25 miles. It should bring me to about 18.3 for the week. So Wednesday morning, I was just doing an easy hour of base with friends while I can. Like I said, the back half this week is going to be pretty boring because I'm saving it up for the time trial base today. But I did ride the bike into the run today, mainly so I could get out and capture a preview of the route for the time trial for you all's benefit. Today's shoe choice is the On Cloud Eclipse, which is another soft day favorite. All right, see you tomorrow. Hello and welcome to Thursday. I'm gonna do a little trail run today with some friends. The Davidson cross country courses and the Saucony Endorphin Rift.
My way to security. Yeah. And then just do my own hotel. I'll have to go by the right thing. Yeah.
That's easier. Yeah, that was like a major thing. And I don't know how about the rest of the world, but the other right, Chris.
Pretty ego to see the way.
Just finished a trail run with some buddies, and now I'm on the bike savoring the days before I have to commute to work again because work starts next week. And yeah, gonna go have some relaxing coffee and breakfast with some buddies. It's Friday morning and it's 4:35 a.m. in the morning. I'm switching things up this week and I'm doing my long run on Friday because Sunday is going to be the 10K time trial. And this long run, it's not going to be terribly long. I have on the schedule an hour and 45 minutes, so that's probably going to come out to 13 or 14 miles-ish. That's going to be on a hilly route though, and a lot of it's going to be in the dark, so I might not get any camera footage toward the end. But wearing bright colors so the cars can see me, and I will be wearing the ASICS Super Blast. These have a lot of miles on them, but they're still holding up, so we'll see how they do today. Oscar. Hey, buddy. This is Con's buddy. All right. Just about an hour and 45 minutes on hilly roads, about 12 and a half miles. We'll call that a good, shorter long run. Okay, it's Friday. I just did my long run a couple hours ago, and I'm here walking with Con right now before it gets too hot out. But I figured I would talk about what my plan for Sunday is for the time trial, because that's really kind of the feature of this week. This time trial is going to be about 4 weeks out from the actual race. So I'm not expecting to get 37 minutes at this time trial, especially since it's not really a race atmosphere. I would be happy if I got something right around 38 for this time trial. Even that might be kind of pushing it because it's hot, not exactly tapered, although this is a step back week. So yeah, I will share the course that I'm going to use for the time trial, which is a pretty common route that we do around here. and we'll do a decent job of emulating the course at Around the Crown 10K. There's a big climb, the Irma climb, that's right about the same spot as where the Queen's climb would be at Around the Crown. And there will be a couple other people doing time trials, but we'll all be kind of at slightly different paces. So we won't really be running together. Maybe I'll stagger the starts so that it's kind of a pursuit run, and that would give everyone a little more incentive. All right, let me show you the course. Okay, so this is the Dart Loop, which is the route I'll be using for the time trial on Sunday. And right now we are going through the first mile. That was right there, and it's mostly downhill on South Street, then making its way under the first part of the Greenway. This hill right here is Avenger, and it's kind of a back to reality moment until we get to the top and turn right here, and then we get some more downhill. Then we're going to get another nice, short, steep downhill on Patrick Johnson before we get to the Greenway. And once we get to the Greenway, yeah, we're at about 2 1/4 right now. This Greenway is pretty flat and fast. There's a GPS dead zone right here, but once we get out into the open right about here, that kind of normalizes. So here on the Greenway, it's kind of like the Beltway at Charlotte, where it's pretty flat and fast, and you're kind of just saving your energy until you get to the big climb. The Queen's climb is at about mile 3 1/4, and at about the same part on this loop right here is the Irma climb, and this climb is about 1,000 meters gently up until you get past the traffic circle we just passed, but then it kind of keeps going up. It's deceiving. It's more of a false flat the rest of the way back into town, and we're at about mile 5, somewhere around here. Once we get back into town, take a quick left back to the corner where we started, and that is our 10K time trial. So it's Saturday morning, and it's a rest day before tomorrow's 10K time trial. Right now, I'm just on a walk with this guy right here, right, Con? But before we went on this walk, while I was enjoying my morning coffee, I was watching a replay of the Olympic 10,000 meter men's final, which was a fantastic race. I had already seen the spoilers. I already knew the results. You can't avoid that on social media, but that did not make the race any less exciting. It's worth a watch, and watch the whole race, not just the highlights. I got to give it up to the Ethiopian team, Kajelcha and Argawi and Barega, for setting off a blistering pace for the first half, actually most of the race, and really making it not a sit and kick race. I can appreciate tactical races, and there were some tactics involved, but this was definitely an honest race, and 13 runners going under the previous Olympic record. That is amazing. I got to give it up to Grant Fisher, of course, because I'm American. Also to Nico Young, who ran a sub 27 and was hanging on to that big group. Cheptegei is going to be the new GOAT, I think. He's moving on to the marathon after this. Yeah, Jimmy Gressier, hometown guy. Got to give it up, setting a French national record while the Olympics are in Paris there. Just a fantastic race, and fast enough, but still with so many people involved that you really are enthralled for the whole race. Okay, so go watch the men's Olympic 10,000. Good morning. It's Sunday morning, time trial morning. Today is sort of like a dress rehearsal, so I'm going to treat it like I would on race day. That means getting here extra early for a warm-up run and wearing something similar to what I'm going to be wearing on race day. I don't know if I'll be wearing this singlet or not, but it's a brand new singlet I got for doing Believe in the Run's Summer Grit. I have my race shoes here, the New Balance Metaspeed Edge Paris. I'm not 100% sure if those will be the shoes that I'm racing in at Around the Crown in 4 weeks' time, but right now they're kind of at the top of the running. I'll be doing my warm-up run in the Cloud Eclipse, which is what I used on Wednesday. It's gonna be humid today. It's overcast, so all the humidity is sticking around. Yeah, so I think there's a couple other people, Lindsay and John, doing this time trial too, and we're gonna do a staggered start based off of what pace we expect to run. So it'll be kind of a pursuit run. That way we're not starting together and then all running separately. We've all got a little bit something to chase or be chased by. All right, let's see how it goes. So I am a firm believer that you can feel like crap for your warm-up and still do well in your workout or race. And I have to keep on telling myself that every time I have a crappy warm-up, including today, because I feel like crap. But we're gonna get it done, right? CCMF. Lindsay started a minute ago. Forgot to get her on camera. John's got just under 2 minutes before he starts. And I'll start a minute after him. 10 seconds.
All right.
Runners, take your mark. Go. All right, that's 1 minute for me. All right, here goes nothing. I'm getting some early free speed on this downhill first kilometer. Just have to remember to give it back when I get on the flat. What's up, little buddy? First 2 miles, 12 low, 12:03. I already feel like I'm digging a bit deep. Let's go down Patrick Johnson now. I'm reeling them in. 5K, 18:33. Here comes the Irma climb. Time to see if I can tune out on this. Get it, boys. Tune it out. CCMF. Made it to the top of the hill. Still not gonna look at my watch yet. 1 kilometer left to go. Oh, it's tough. Come on. Come on. All right. Oh, that's it. Oh. 38:18. Come on. Come on. 39 mid. All right, we just finished our cool down, and man, I am soaking. Very humid today. So I thought I could try and reach for 38 today. I did a 38:18, which doesn't seem too far off the mark, but in that last quarter mile or so, it seemed pretty far off the mark to me. I won't count it as a complete failure. It's just letting me know how I was today. And can I take 78 or 79 seconds off of that in 4 weeks? Well, we will see. I think having an actual race with thousands of people, including dozens of people who are faster than me to pull me along, will cut into a lot of that. And then whatever fitness and tapering I can do between now and then might be able to make up for the rest of it. Because even with the staggered start, for all intents and purposes, I was running alone for 38 plus minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna change clothes, get some breakfast with some friends, and then let's do a shoe talk. Okay, quick little recap of the 10K time trial. Going down the hill on South Street, I was able to get some free speed, and I just had to remember, stay disciplined. I'm gonna lose some of that speed when I hit the flats, and definitely when I hit the uphill on Avenger. And I think I did all right on that. I could tell about 1.5 miles or 2 miles in that I might have been going out a little bit hot. I was on pace or faster for what my goal pace for around the crown would be, but I don't know if it's a loud bus. Hold on. I don't know if that's what I should have been doing today. Came through the 5K on the Greenway at about 18:33, which would have been pretty good for, again, around the crown. Knowing that trying to do that for the second 5K of the 10K would have been a tall order. So I knew I was going to lose some of that. And when I got to the Irma Hill, I kind of tried to follow my own advice, the same advice I was giving Lindsay and John, which is don't even look at your watch on that hill. It's not going to tell you anything good. So I just kind of settled in, ended up catching John and Chris, who was pacing John, about halfway up the hill, a little more than halfway up the hill, and was feeling pretty good there. Determined not to look at my watch until well past that hill. Once I did finally look at it, I had slowed down to about a 38-minute 10K effort, which was good, but I still had some false flat climbing to get all the way back into town, and I knew that was going to be a tall effort. I was still kind of carrying the effort from that hill with me for the rest of it. Went through 5 miles on pace for about 38 minutes, but just could not hold it for the last 2,000 meters. Ended up picking it up in the last quarter mile or a half mile or so, but 38:18 was how I finished. And again, with today's humidity and carrying the training with me, I'm gonna have to be content with that today. Okay, so shoe talk. This week, did Monday's easy run in the New Balance Fresh Foam X More V4. A great shoe for a recovery day, but not really anything more than recovery day. It's a little bit too mushy for doing regular base training or doing a long run or anything. I like a little bit more response if I'm gonna do a long run. Did my track workout on Tuesday in the Adidas Adizero Adios 8. When I'm just doing track intervals, I like to try not to use a plated shoe, just use a more traditional go fast shoe, and this is good for that. It's really only good for that. I won't do regular base runs in this shoe, even though it's got this Light Strike Pro here. It's just in the midfoot. When I really get the benefit of that when I'm up on my forefoot and doing those fast intervals, but not in anything else. So when I want good grip and just a go fast interval shoe, this will do the trick. Also, I like the look of that classic black and white look. Wednesday, just another base run with friends in the On Cloud Eclipse, which is another one just for those easy miles, but not really for picking it up. So if I want to hold myself accountable and just feel comfortable, this is the shoe for that. I also used it for my warm-up today for that same reason. It's just going to keep me going slow, and also it looks good. I use this shoe for casual walking around town as well. It's good for that. Thursday, trail run in the Saucony Endorphin Rift. The cross-country trails at Davidson are not very technical. In fact, I usually use road shoes on that, although we had quite a few rainstorms leading up to then, so it was going to be a little bit soft. Also, I don't get as much opportunity to use this, and even though there's a pretty technical outsole, this midsole is Power Run PB, which is the PIBA-based midsole, and it makes it soft enough and good enough for road to trail running. Saucony is discontinuing this shoe, so you might be able to get it cheap. Also, I do like the lace enclosure there. Friday long run in the ASICS Super Blast. I pretty much only use this shoe for longer runs of 90 minutes or more, because if I'm just gonna do a base run, then I think this is a little too much shoe for that. It's also not very soft, it's more responsive. So on a long run where I might want a little bit more response, or if I want to pick up the pace, it's good for that. So this shoe has 300 miles on it. It's still going pretty strong, but most of those miles are coming from long runs. I am interested to see how the Super Blast 2 performs compared to this one. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull the trigger on it yet though. I think I might look more towards the Topo Spectre 2. That might be more my speed. And then today's 10K time trial in the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Paris. I have not decided for sure whether this will be my shoe for Around the Crown or not. It's going to be either this or the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 3. It felt great for picking up the pace. After doing my warm-up in this shoe, then just doing some strides and jogs in this felt like a rocket ship. I could feel really confident picking up the pace in this. When I slowed on the back end of today's time trial, it didn't have to do with the shoe. It more had to do with just me feeling the effects of the day. The grip was pretty good on wet asphalt. It's not going to be as good as Puma grip, but I still can't see any reason not to pick this shoe for anything half marathon or under yet.
Unless there's a shoe that comes along between now and then that is better. I think this might be the shoe I choose. We'll see. I have to do a few more 10K workouts in it. All right, guys, that is my shoe talk. Don't forget to like, subscribe, maybe share the video, ding the bell for notifications. Thanks for tuning in to week 4 of Project ATC10K, and I'll see you next week for week 5.